Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Playday. And I'm calling it Fwoosh Playday or General Action Figure Playday or something. I usually go with directly Star Wars or directly Marvel, but I've acquired stuff from a lot of different things. So altogether, it was enough to make a video by itself, not quite. Now, I have more stuff coming, but I couldn't wait anymore. I wanted to play with stuff. And if you're unfamiliar with Playdays, it's just me looking for stuff that either improves or fits into my 1/12 scale collection. Third party, custom, just stuff made for other lines that fits into my specific display needs. Because we don't get enough Marvel stuff and we don't get enough Star Wars stuff or Transformers. You know how it is. Always need more. First up, I threatened I was going to do this, and I eventually did. I actually got some paints out. I was surprised. The SH Figuarts Count Dooku, I had a few problems with this figure, but the biggie was just the monotone light brown of the overall costume. Sure, some people said it was Revenge of the Sith. I felt like it was too light for that. Some people said it was the Clone Wars version. I can kind of see that, actually, but I have no connection to Clone Wars, at least yet. I still need to go through and watch that. Shut up. Most of the comic pictures you find online, most of the pictures of Count Dooku you find, it's from Attack of the Clones. And in that, he had a darker tunic, he had some darker pants, and my solution to that was just to paint the upper tunic black. Got it closer to my mental image of Count Dooku, and in the end, it's going on my shelf, so that's what matters, really. I could go a little bit darker with the pants, but I'm happy with the black upper torso. It darkens it down enough for me. And then I put some water on the cape just to kind of give it a little bit of shape instead of being a flat kite on his back, and I kind of like that too. I'm still in the market for a third-party cape, though. Overall, I'm much happier with this, but I'll be damned if I didn't finish this. And then Hasbro's, there's some hints going around that there may be a Count Dooku in the Black Series line. So when that comes along, we'll have to compare it. This custom movie Logan Lara was sent to me by Mogan01_customs on Instagram. And here she is with my custom Logan from that same movie. The head I looked at in a previous Playday from Mike Lorenzo art, and then just a Mafex Scarecrow body. But the use of a Walking Dead figure over here is kind of brilliant. Yes, she may be just slightly underscaled, but it totally works for that movie version of X-23. Was she called X-23 in the movie? I don't know. With Disney getting the Fox rights, we may see figures of this in the future. Maybe not. I don't know. Either way. But on my shelf, I now have a Laura and I have a Logan. I'm good. Just a general play day, mixing all lines together, also gives me a chance to look at this. Now, I received this a while back from AW Customs on Instagram. It's an anchor. It's on a rope. But man, I love me some Popeye. I can have a prop until I find a boat, maybe a dock, maybe some water scene. Someday, I will have an elaborate display for the Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye, and on that day, I'll be able to hang an anchor on his wall. I'm pretty sure this is cast material, and I don't know if it's painted on top. You can see the wood across. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. The speckled material, either way, super nice. While at Star Wars Celebration last month, I ran into Peak Obi-Wan Customs on Instagram, and he was handing these out. A convention exclusive, if you will. Now, he calls these 3 3/4 inch, but they're Loth Cats. They can be small, they can be big. I feel like this will fit in my 6-inch display. The Hasbro Black Series Ezra is coming soon, along with Chopper. They've given us most of the Rebels crew. Loth Cats just supplement that display. It's 100% unique sculpt. Nice little paint job on it with the little spots and the eyes. Little Loth Cat. What else can I say about it? And then the Underworld Cat, or Tuca, I think it's called. Even better. I love the neon design here where it's down in the caves and such. It just stands out. Here's yet another casting cave cast and painted head. And it's just, oh, so Steve Rogers. Now, I love me some photoreal, but there's also something to be said about tender loving care, blood, sweat, and tears going into a painted head cast. Now, this is Marvel Legends scale. It's a little bit larger than your SH Figuarts and even the older Captain America bodies, because this Infinity War body, a little bit larger than what we've seen in the past. So I'm hoping Hasbro puts out a Avengers Endgame Captain America, and if that head isn't up to par, I have a replacement. But if it is, I'll have to find some place to put this because it's too good not to use. Also from Casting Cave, I grabbed, I think this is the Marvel Select Gambit head shrunk down to 6-inch scale. It's a little bit larger than the actual Marvel Legends head, but I like the overall look of it better. The hair is a little bit less caught in a tornado look. It's a little bit more dynamic. The face is a little bit more realistic. And then I have a cloth jacket coming. So I don't know if I'm going to switch out these arms or try to put the cloth jacket over it, get this head painted up, see what I can do about just tweaking the Gambit more towards my personal preferences. I mean, that's still not supernatural. Well, it is kind of supernatural hair. How does that stand up? But it's not extremely natural in the hair department. How about that? Now here's something a little oddball, something not Marvel related. A lot of people bought this because they had fond memories of Ghosts and Goblins, and I remember the game, but I don't really care. You know what I mean? And I got nothing against it, but to me, this looked more like an Inferno demon. I was heavy into X-Men and Excalibur and all the other X titles going on when Inferno was happening. So when I saw this, it automatically made me think of that. Just demons pouring out from Limbo into the real world. I think for the 2 minutes I've messed with this, I think that'll work perfectly for that. But this makes me want an Aster and a Sim, and I was going to put it with Magic, but apparently, even though I know I've seen her at Walgreens, I never picked it up. What the hell is wrong with me? Pretty nice articulation to the wings. The head can look all the way up and down, and side. Pretty basic at the shoulder. Comes up to there. Comes around, and same with the elbow. It comes up to, well, not quite 90. You can turn that around and go any way you want with the wrist. Interesting torso, ball at the mid-torso and at the waist, so you can get some crunch, you can get some back, some tilt. Drop down hinge for the hip, so you can come up and back and out. Double knee comes quite a ways up. Then the ankle is the same as the wrist. If you get that sideways, can you turn it? Well, no, there you go. Wings are solid plastic, so they're a little bit heavy. Gonna cause some back weight to him. Oh, his leg gave out. But not too big a problem standing. And if you want him flying, there is a stand. If you put this in here, don't try to turn it. It's got flat edges on the peg. You're supposed to pull it out and move it into different positions because I just broke mine. And damn, and just to show you how heavy it is, it takes a Mezco stand down whenever you try to extend it out. Ooh, forgot to mention the jaw. It is articulated too, and you can kind of shift it to the side to give them kind of a "I'm a demon, what's going on?" Or you can center it up. You can go to the other side, wherever you want to go. And then for scale, yes, he's a little bit short, but you know what? If you go back and read those Inferno issues, they come in all shapes and sizes. So as of this moment, this is a Limbo demon on my shelf, and apparently I need to go to Walgreens and try to hunt down a Magic now. Next up here are two strangely almost 1/12 scale items that came with 3 3/4 inch figures. These were sent along to me by Chris Sherrill. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but I truly appreciate you sending these. The mouse droid came with a couple of figures from the 3 3/4 inch line. It came with a Death Star droid and an R4M9, and then this Death Star hologram came with the 3 3/4 inch R2Q5. All figures we need in the 6-inch line. It's just a hollow little thing. It's a shell, but it's nicely detailed for what it is. And that's the same for the Death Star hologram, well, Death Star 2 hologram. It's transparent, you can see through it, it looks like candy. I must not lick it. To give you an idea of scale, here is the 6-inch Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Stormtrooper. And I know we have a mouse droid coming with one of those Disney sets, but if you want to army build mouse droids, what are you going to do? This is much cheaper, much easier. Go back and buy a 3 3/4 inch figure. You get a mouse droid with it. And yes, today I'm even digging into Transformers. Non-F Productions, Nonnef. I don't know if it's non-F, but that's what I'm going to call it. He does some third-party stuff for the new Transformers Siege line, and he sent along a Hound upgrade kit. With Hound, you get this cannon. It's very classic toy-like. You pull that out, it just pins into that hole right there. It has a couple of pieces that extends the shoulder rocket out, and then there's the rocket that goes in that makes it very cartoon-like. That plugs in up here. It gets it away from his head, so it's not quite so just right up against his face, and you can bring it around, you can bring it forward, you can bring it down, you can bring it up, you can bring it wherever you want to put it. On top of that, it also comes with this blaster. It looks very nice when you put it in his hand. Just more simplistic, again, more classic looking. But on top of that, and I knew this was like this on Soundwave, I didn't realize it was on Hound. You can also pull the hands out. It's really, really tough to do, but you kind of work it out. pops out. And then the kit also comes with alternate hands. They just plug in, they don't slide in, but you know what? It works. It looks like it's supposed to be there. And he comes with left and right splayed out hands, and he comes with left and right pointing fingers. So all that together just adds a little bit more of a dynamic look to the figure overall. I love the splayed out hand. It's just, it adds a little bit more realism. Hell yeah. And then I just cannot get enough of GPS Loth on eBay. He always comes up with something that I need. And quite simply, this is a bathrobe to evoke that look from the end of the first Deadpool movie when he comes out in the hallway. Along with the boxers and everything, I had to have it. There's also ties to bring it around and tie the robe shut, but it's probably better to get rid of this belt because that sticks out really, really far. And when you try to close the robe, it doesn't really want to work around. It's not bad, but it could be better. You can see the bulkiness of the belt under it. But as is, Deadpool coming out, getting the newspaper in the morning, getting ready for work. It sounds really weird to put Deadpool in that kind of setting, but it works. To get ready for the next item, I've popped my Casting Cave bearded custom head back on this body. As I've said before, the Marvel Legends Infinity War Captain America, the arms aren't really correct. If anything, this arm should look like this arm. So I went on a quest to find something that'll cover those arms up. And in that quest, I found R2K Troopers on Instagram, and I ordered this. It came in this nice little box. Hell, I'm going to use this for scale stuff, pictures, something. But inside, yeah, Wakandan shields. Awesome sculpt to them, nice paint, very crisp on where the silver needed to go. And then on the back, it's actually elastic bands to put it on the figure. Easy enough to put the hand through and then pop that into his grip hand. Oh man, and that is just, ooh, gravy on the biscuit. Icing on the cake. It just finishes off this figure. But is it sad that we're still going to third-party producers to get the Wakandan shields for our Infinity War Captain Americas? Eventually, Hasbro will probably have a 3-pack, and then Cap will come with these shields and the correct arms, an apology head. But at the moment, this is our only course of action. Now, like I said, R2K Troopers on Instagram. I was already making an order for the shields. I decided to throw in for one of these Archangel's wing-in backpack things. And no, I still haven't opened my fan channel Archangel yet, shush. But it comes with these big elaborate wings, and I love these things, I really, really do. How I have it displayed on my shelves at the moment, it'll probably stay like that forever. But for those Jim Lee teams, I'm gonna come in and do this. Plugs right into the back, and oh man, I have been waiting for one of these forever. Crisp sculpt. The paint seems to match this. Well, okay, it's a little bit brighter, but you know what? Who cares? This looks fantastic. It's just slightly angled back to give it a dynamic look. And yeah, that makes me happy. This makes me, well, I don't know. I love this metallic pink they used on this figure. I like the look of the fan channel one. I think I prefer this one, at least until I open that. And then I'll be like, oh, the fan channel's so great. So at the end of the day, some very nice stuff to supplement my 6-inch collection. The Ghosts and Goblins figure, not even meant to be Marvel. But you know what? It's going in Marvel, and it's going to make me buy some more Marvel Legends. I could have sworn I bought that Magic, but apparently I didn't. Some people got a little bit rowdy because I painted my Count Dooku. I guess SH Figure Arts does no wrong. Bullshit. But it's my figure, it's my display. I like it like this. This is how it'll stay. And then I have a feeling that the Black Series will give it a run for its money, but until then, that's it. I love having a Loaura in my collection. It makes me want more Logan figures. It makes me want more of the cinematic X-Men figures. This mouse droid, very surprising that it fits into the 6-inch scale because it was made for 3 3/4 inch, but that's the way it goes. I love the Loth Cats. They're gonna definitely fit into my Rebels display. Along with the Death Star, it's just a nice little thing to have on the shelf. It breaks up just action figure, action figure, action figure, action figure. I'm new to Transformers, I'm new to Siege, but I'm loving what I've got. But anything that spruces it up a little bit, I'm down. Casting Cave never lets me down. This head, this head, this head. It's just improvements to figures we already have. GPS Loth, always good for the oddball cloth, robe, trench coat, shirt, something. And I found something again, and I'll probably find something else next week. And then R2K Troopers, I love these Wakandan shields. This will stay on this figure until the end of time. And then sprucing up Archangel, giving me another option for him on the shelf. Ba-bam, love it. And oops, I forgot the anchor. Just anything that goes with the Popeye, I love. I love that figure. I'm gonna, like I said, someday have proper display for that Popeye. So another play day down, a lot more stuff for my shelf. I got to play. And every day I get to play, that's a good day. So if you like this play day, comment, like, subscribe. catch you on the Fwoosh.